How many tea light candle holders can you make? What can you make them out of? You just make them out of everything, huh? You just anything, huh? Well, yeah, maybe. So you know what? Since you asked, about to find out. Bet you weren't expecting that. Hey everyone, welcome back. And if you're new here, my name is Jimmy and this is Patriots Glow. Today, we're going to be doing 3 woodworking projects that you can sell or give as gifts this holiday season. They are going to be tea light candle holders. What you're going to need today is a 2x4, 4x4, tea lights, a couple of LED tea lights, and actual tea lights themselves. Some glue, tape, preferably painter's tape, but I cannot find mine. Drill, and an 1.5" spade bit or Forstner bit. Tape measure, pencil for marking, and your PPE. Okay, to get us started, we are going to use the LED tea light candles, and we are going to make a holder for them. So we're going to come out to 10 inches, mark 10. Let's make our first cut. Cut another one at 10. Cut another one at 10 inches. So we have our first 4 pieces cut at 10 inches apiece. We're going to come in here, mark out 6 inches. All right, once you have all of your blocks cut to their designated lengths, you're going to bring them over and you're going to cut a 45-degree angle on each one. Okay, guys, it's going to be a weird cut halfway in between the video. We had some technical difficulties, and half of the video and audio was lost while uploading it. So we left off where I was actually sanding these down, and that's kind of where we got stuck. I also was trying to use this tape, which actually does not work. I would suggest using the painter's tape, but I wanted to go over this with you real quick, show you how easy it is, show you that you can put this together yourself. But what you end up doing is putting those painter's tape either on the corners or laying this out and putting it on all the sides and folding these up. But a couple of things that I did try to go over when I was doing this make sure you drill this hole out first and this one. Make sure you clamp these blocks to your bench, to a table, so that you can drill this without it coming off. I actually did not originally do that. Ended up cutting my thumb up, which never feels good, and lost all that footage as well. So please clamp these down, drill your holes, use the tape, glue them, fold it up, and then throw some brad nails in. It's all supposed to be a rustic farmhouse feeling, so that will be perfectly fine. And then grab your tea light candles and toss those in here. So if you want to see me actually do the full build on this, putting it together the rest of the way, let me know, and I will make a short video on that just so that you guys can actually see it getting put together. Or if I sell these, maybe I'll just go ahead and throw that together, throw another set together real quick. And then I also wanted to go over, now I do show you that in the next part of the video, I do actually show you to measure out 2 inches, make your cut, and then drill through the top. Something that in the other video I did not get to go over, and you didn't actually get to see here. Whenever you're cutting in the end grain, make sure that you have this clamped down, clamp it down to a table, because this is really hard to cut against the end grain. So be very careful while you're doing that. You have to keep your wrist tight so that your drill doesn't kick on you. If you have a drill press, throw it in a drill press, bring it down. Do that for all of these, and that will make it a lot easier. So, and the only difference, so I have one at 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches. I would sell these as a set. So I ended up, luckily, I ended up wanting to make a 2-inch version. So we actually have those now as part of the sets. So you will get to see that in the video. But I wanted to stop and just let you know about that. Okay, so just remember that this width is 6 inches and the height is 10 inches. Now, obviously, that's not set in the stone. That's the way I like to do them. And then, obviously, I'll go over a couple of different ideas about maybe shrinking this and having an actual tea light on the top. I just don't want anybody to get the misconception that you can put a regular tea light candle here and it would be okay enclosed in wood to actually burn. So, Jimmy told me I could do it. Don't want that to be something that gets said. So, I'm going to clip this into the video, and then it will end up going into where I make these and this tea light candle holder as well. So I know that I said 3 projects at the beginning of the video, but for unforeseen circumstances, we added this guy and added this guy in here, which is a variation of this guy. So stick around. We'll go over getting these and everything like that. You've probably seen in the beginning of the video, but we will show drilling those out. It's easy. And then drilling these out. And the actual measurements, how to get these exact measurements. So go ahead and stick around, and we'll show you what's up. I think a lot of what you missed, and I probably won't have it, we'll be drilling these blocks right here. So what I went ahead and decided to do was make a 3rd one for this set. I've already come through and marked out my halfway point on a 4x4. It's going to be 1 3/4 inches, both directions. I already have one clamp down so that we're safe and we can go ahead and get that drilled. I also went ahead and threw in a couple other ones. I was talking to the wife, and she was kind of curious on what all you can make tea light candle holders out of. And I went ahead and said, well, there are tons of different tea light candle holders. Got on Etsy, Amazon, all those, Shopify. I looked around, seen what people were making, seen what people have. So I will give the pictures, or I'll put the pictures in the video so that we can get a price comparison on what everybody's selling them for, what you could probably sell them for, and kind of how to finish these up. So let me go ahead and show you how to get this measurement. This is going to be the 6 tea light candle holder. Let me bring. Okay, so I wanted to bring you guys closer so that you could see this a little bit better, see how I do my math. Explaining it from across the room, I know doesn't actually do it justice. So the majority of you probably will be able to follow this without an issue. But what I end up doing is I'll come in from the edge 2 inches and I'll make my mark. And that's where the tea light candle holder is going to be. From there, if I wanted to just stop it here, I would measure out 1, 2, and then I would cut this off here. If this is where I wanted to do 1 tea light candle holder, that's where I would put it. Now, since we're going to do 6, you come here, you do 2. From that center mark, measure out 3 inches, so you'll end up with 5, 8, 11, 14, and then 17. That will be your 6th. So since this is for a specific order, I'm going to go ahead and do all 6 tea light candle holders. And then you'll end up coming from here and measuring 2 inches off of that, and that will be your end cut. So you will come out to a total of 19 inches for a 6 tea light candle holder. And that works the same way with 2, 3, so on and so forth. Okay, so now that we've got all of that measured out and marked, I'll go ahead and set that off to the side. Well, you know what? Now that we have all of that measured out and marked, I am going to show you drilling the holes. Now, there is something that you can do because a question was asked. How do you know how deep that you actually have to go every time? Now, normally, I just measure it by eye, but that's not the correct answer all the time, especially when you're just starting out doing it. A good way of doing it is remember that your tea light candle is going to be a 1/2 inch. So something that does help out, and you can even mark your spade bit with really anything. Any type of tape, if you want to just put a mark on it with marker, that'll work. But come up 1/2 inch. And you can put a piece of tape to mark your 1/2 inch. So from here to here will be a 1/2 inch. Let me go ahead and show that works. All right. So that should have gone down 1/2 inch. And we should be able to drop our tea light right down into it. You know what? I've used quite a few spade bits. This one's made by Crescent. I think this Crescent spade bit by far did the best cutting. All right, now come through, do a light sand on the top where you drilled all your holes. There we go. Now, something else that you can also do is you can drill this hole a little bit deeper and come in if you have a router and a chamfer bit, a bunch of different router bits. You can run a chamfer on this. You can chamfer the sides. It makes it look a lot nicer. Literally, you can go out into the backyard and cut this out. You can order these bunch of blanks like from Amazon, on Temu, all over the place. I think it's almost ridiculous. But, you know, these are selling as well. I mean, why not? Literally, I went out there and in 2 minutes, I had 5 of these cut up. This one, I tore the bark off because I wasn't sure what it was going to look like. So I ended up tearing the bark off. You don't have to put that in the set. Put 5 in a set. We're going to drill out the top. I wouldn't try to be too exact about it. Get right about where you need to be. Now, I will say that you want to be very careful while doing this. And these, it does make it a lot easier because it's round. You can grip it. It's got the bark still on there, so there you go. Let me. All right, this one's got a knot in it. We're not doing that one. Okay. You couldn't leave you hanging with just 4 of them. I think they should sell in a set of 5. Can't help myself. Well, we're not going to put it on that side, huh? That side seems flat enough, huh? All right, there's another project done. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. The Crescent bit is far superior to the Irwin bit. I got this Irwin bit because I thought it would be nice because it's got this chamfer on the side, but I would definitely go with the Crescent bit. Bought both of these on Amazon. All right, everybody, there you go. 4 different tea light candle projects that you can make with minimal tools and minimal supplies. These are all going to be low cost, high profit. This one is almost free. If you have a down tree, you can make these for nothing but your time. What I would end up doing is coming back, putting a lacquer on here, some type of protective coating, maybe even taking off the bark. I've seen some with the bark, without the bark. Any way that you want to do it. These are great. I'm going to end up selling these as a set of 3, and then I'll end up selling this one. But what I'll end up doing with this is, and you can do it as well, you know, what some people like is custom engraving. You know, maybe a name and a birth date for a kid, or just birthdays, or just names for how many kids that they have. I think it's a really good project. So that's a nice, easy one to do. And then you could always do something like this and not do this center part, maybe close this off, make this a little bit smaller, and just put the top one in. Boom. And you can do either these tea lights, or if you do it that way, you can actually put your regular tea lights on the top of that. Make them smaller, closer together. All right, so I will go ahead and put the price right there on the screen for you so that you know how much you can get for a set of 3, 4, 5. I can't actually remember how many they're selling them for in a group, but I'll go ahead and put the prices for that. The price for this and or these. Now remember, these are just 2x4s, so this is really easy and really thin to do. Oh, did I already say these? All right. Well, I'm gonna sell these as a set of 3. I'll link that right there. And then I'm gonna try to find a price on these. I've seen these everywhere. I just have to find the price for them, and then we'll get these posted on Facebook Marketplace and Etsy as well, and try to get these sold. Hopefully next week, if I sell any of them, when I sell all of them, hopefully, I'll go ahead and put down or let you guys know what I actually was able to sell these for. Make sure they're staged really nice, really pretty, and then post them on those sites and see if you can sell them. All right, guys. Well, check in with us next week and let's see how we did. Catch you later.